Everyone, we are going to talk about celebrating others and even watching and participating in things that currently you are not able to do, and how that can really help. And so we want to walk, and we'll talk about jealousy, right? And that we're to walk free of it, and it's so good to be free of it. It's not like the guilt or shame, but wow, freedom is good. So I'm gonna give Sandy a treat real quick. We walked over a bridge and she gets a treat for walking over a bridge. But so I remember earlier on in my journey, I was in, laughter groups where people were moving and doing all sorts of things that I wasn't able to do. I was laying in bed, and it was so easy to feel like jealous, or to just think like, oh, they never had a problem. Like, they don't know what it's like. Well, which is jealous. But anyway, but I learned, I kept redirecting, because I had learned that's not probably what we should be doing. We should be actually watching them and getting the mirror neurons. Like, wow, look at them jumping and moving and laughing with ease, because laughing was challenging too. And so I got the mirror neurons. I also did the same thing watching people worship God. Wow, they were really worshiping him. I know it could be fake. I'm not, but I chose to see it as mirror neurons. Like, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. And then we started sharing celebrations in groups I was in, and wow, that challenged me. I celebrated that I got to participate in the group, that somebody was willing to lead this awesome laughter session. And I did that every time for the first at least year, I'd say. It was honest, it's what I was celebrating, but yeah, I found it challenging to come up with anything else. Now I know, celebrate every little tiny itty bitty thing. But anything God's doing, and it doesn't have to look like improvement even. I celebrate still to this day that I get to be here, but that God made this amazing leaf, and I can celebrate that I just stared at it and awed at it and wow, look at how intricately it's designed. But so other people would celebrate like that they went on a run, and it was so easy to have some challenges celebrating with them, because we go, oh wow, yay, and I wanted to do that. And so it was just this challenge, and they would eat certain foods, and I started watching. Sometimes I couldn't always find something to watch that was actually positive, but I would watch people swim when it wasn't at all available, and just like celebrate that they could swim. Isn't that awesome? And watch people. I remember finding a food show of really interesting, cool foods, and I just watched this guy who's very involved in enjoying his food. And so I would watch him enjoy his food, and I thought, wow, okay, he's eating all sorts of things that at this time I can't eat. And I know some people aren't eating at all, or I was eating some, but it was not being digested correctly. But some people aren't eating at all. Like, I wasn't swimming at all. We get to celebrate what people are doing. And I realized, like, wow, God, thank you. You give us this love, God's love. He loves us, so we can then love him, and we can love others as we love ourselves. We're loved too. Through God's love, we get to love ourselves. And that self-sacrificial, God's agape love is self-sacrificial love. So it wouldn't think, well, I can't do it, so I'm not happy for them. It would just have like joy, like overflowing joy for their celebration, and celebrating what God is doing in their life. It would be super focused on God, and like, wow, that's amazing what you're doing in their life. And I know there were certain like bigger items. I remember, I did a number of like laughter sessions to do kind of a baby shower for people that were having babies, and people reached out, like the actual mother is like, well, are you sure we should do this, because it's so triggering to people, not everybody can do this, and all these things. And it was like, it's going to be good practice. We're letting them know what this is, and they get to choose to celebrate that God is bringing a life into the world, and it's so good, and that you get to have this child. And so I just think, what a beautiful thing. Let's learn to celebrate. Okay? I'm going to pause for a second. So in summary, it's God changes our heart, and it's just a miraculous, amazing thing. So I just let him change you. It's so beautiful. Sorry, I thought somebody else was coming. It's so beautiful to let him change you, and to let him just give you this overflowing joy and love for others and for what God is doing in their life. I have to focus on God. Like, wow, they're having a baby. God is doing amazing things in their life. They went from not being able to move to jumping up and down, and wow, I'm gonna glorify God. I'm gonna celebrate with them. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna participate. I'm gonna cheer them on. And I just think, wow, what a beautiful thing that God is doing in their life. And it really does, like, that feeling of watching people and truly, honestly celebrating them changed me so much. God is so good. And I just love, it's like it washes any jealousy just clean out of you, washes the flesh, because it's a thing of the flesh, just clean out. And even like self-seeking, that, but I need this. I desperately need healing. Jesus has paid for healing. I'm not saying we shouldn't have healing, but we actually need him, and to be in him, and to glorify his name, and to manifest Christ to others. And as we have that, our focus, it's just the joy is overflowing. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know your thoughts, and have a good one. Join us, janetmassey.com, if you want to join free live mind renewal sessions. If you want to celebrate with others, we do that after my word and worship sessions. And you can always stay for 5 minutes and build up and practice just sitting there deciding to smile and celebrate somebody else's like victory with Christ. And so anyway, that's all. Free sessions. But you subscribe at the bottom and get the Zoom links and stuff. So have a wonderful day. Bye.